welcome to Schulte's Sweeties YouTube channel. I'm a mom of 3 girls, ages 11, 7, and 4, and we are about to start our 6th year homeschooling. Today I wanted to share a few of our favorites, it's more than a few, of our favorite read alouds. And these are some picture books that they have me read over and over to them, and then a few chapter books and series that we enjoy picking up every time. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this. I'll link below as many books as I can down below. Hopefully I'll find them all. So I hope that you like this and maybe can find a few new books for your homeschool room. So the first one is Just Imagine. There's several of these. This one's, they color on these sometimes. There's another one called You Choose. And basically they get to go through these and choose what they would like to do. Let's see here. So like they get to choose their favorite transportation and how they would do things. So there's like clothes and rooms and what they would have in them. And so my girls love these. It doesn't matter. They pick the same things almost every time, but they love going through that. Those are Usborne books too, but you can usually find them thrift books or Amazon as well. I think I even heard Book Outlet has them sometimes. So this is Little Bear Needs Glasses, and there's several of these type of books. And you have removable sticker glasses somewhere in here. I did not look to even see. So we have a couple pairs. Sometimes they get lost, and you can stick those, and there's a story about how Little Bear needs glasses. So that is one. So not all of these are going to be Usborne, by the way. That was another Usborne. This one is Green Eggs and Ham. This was a classic back when I was a kid, and my dad would read it to me. And as my oldest was a little girl, he would read it to her as well. And so it's a special memory that she has of him reading it with him. And that's one of the books that when she was reading, he would read a page and she would read a page. And so it's still been a classic, although it's a little bit harder since he's passed for us to pick this up. So this one we received as from the Imagination Library for free. So I'm sure we'll probably find it somewhere on the internet. But there's a hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. And we didn't pick this one up for the longest time, but it's super cute. And at the end, there's like the song that you can play and sing together. So we kind of played this on the keyboard together, and they really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. So this one is the book that they will make me read multiple times every day if they could. So the book with no pictures, if you haven't picked this one up, it is hilarious and the kids just love it constantly. This is another one from when I was a kid, and then my dad liked it as well. And this is This Old Man, and my middle one likes to pick it up and sing it to her little sister a lot. Another Usborne book that we found that we really love is Nibble the Book Monster, and Nibbles, and they think it's really funny how he goes through the different stories. This one you'll probably see in a future video as well. This is my home, this is my school, and we like to read this. I usually do this every year for the beginning of the school year. We've done it for the last few years. I read it to them, but just sometimes when I tell them to go down and get a book, this is what they'll come up with. So they just kind of think it's cool to see other homeschool families, even though it's just an illustration. Another Usborne book is This Is Frog, and it's just funny. It's kind of similar. It has a lot of you say these things and do those things, like it says cheer him on or clap for him, turn the book upside down. So they really like that one. Pete the Cat, classics. This one is The Magic Sunglasses, but this is one that we read more often than probably all the other ones. Where Happiness Lives. This is another Usborne book, and it is so sweet and talking about contentment and being happy with what you have. And I don't know if my girls pick up on all the messages, but I really like this book. It's really a sweet book. And then my youngest daughter, her favorite thing is, it's not a reading book necessarily, although there are a few sentences here and there, is the Look and Find. She loves these. So if I tell her to go pick a book, she will a lot of times come back with these Look and Finds. All right, so now I'm going to move on to a little bit more like chapter books that we pick up quite often. This is an absolutely favorite, and it's The Adventures of Frog and Toad, and I think it's got most of the stories of Frog and Toad in here. It's a pretty thick one. We've had this one for years, and it is well loved. They could tell you what stories exactly that they want to have read or will read to us. And so this is our devotional now, Indescribable, and we are really enjoying this. So this is one that I think we'll probably continue on in the series because it's a really fun one. Another devotional that I don't have with me in hand that we enjoy, well, they're like more storybooks, I guess, are all of Bob Goff's stories for kids. So like his Love Does and Everybody Always, and there's kids versions, and those are ones that I usually get from the library or Hoopla and have it on my phone and read, and they love the little stories, and I love the messages from his stories as well. And then another one that we usually just rent from the library on my iPad is Zoe and Sassafras stories. They are short little chapter books that don't take us very long, but we really like how she solves the mystery, solves the situation, and helps another animal or a magical creature. So we really like those. Another chapter book series that we have read, and I'm always recommending because I didn't know about these for the longest time, are Heartwood Hotel series. I probably have them out of order, but there's 4 books, and they are the cutest about animals living in the forest and how they help each other and become friends and family. And they are so cute. So it's by Callie George, and I would definitely recommend these. Heartwood Hotel. There's 4 in that series. Another series that we are reading right now, chapter books. So this would probably be elementary age, but even like 4th grade and under would probably mostly enjoy it. My oldest, she's going into 6th. We read this about a year ago, and she didn't like them as much, but she doesn't like animals quite as much. So this series is probably for older elementary, and this is the Polar Bear Explorers series, and we are on the 3rd book. There's, I think, 1 or 2 others, but they're not quite part of the Polar Bear series. We are about finishing up the last one of the series. I have enjoyed these as well, but I'm kind of ready to be done, but we have really latched onto the characters and things. So a couple other books that I read a lot of times with my oldest in the evenings after her younger sisters have gone to bed, and we read a chapter book together typically. So some of the ones that we have read, I don't know if it was this version or not, but she loved Anne of Green Gables and just really liked Anne and the storyline. We did try to read Anne of Avonlea, but we weren't getting into it as much. Maybe it was just that we didn't have enough time some nights, and so we didn't finish Anne of Avonlea, but we did really enjoy Anne of Green Gables. A couple others from Knotgrass, Our Star-Spangled Story, and I think one of these is from the 51st States Geography for the elementary kids. These are some of their read-alouds, and they have excellent read-aloud options that they suggest. So one was Katie, and it's about a girl and being homeschooled, and it was Mary Evelyn Knotgrass has wrote this. So this is from the Knotgrass family, and we really enjoyed this story. Another one that we read, this was a couple years ago that we read this one, was Tulliver's Secret. Now looking at it, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be good, but it was a really good storyline, and it was very interesting to see how the story went. And then the last one that we read, I think most recently, was Soft Rain, And I think this is with the geography series that they have. And this is Cherokee, it's about the Cherokee Trail of Tears. And it was really interesting because my daughter didn't know as much. And we like to go down to the Smoky Mountains. And so we were able to kind of like picture it. We have been to Cherokee, the town. And so I think that helped since we go there sometimes. And so she really latched onto this story. So we have enjoyed some of the history books as well. So that is, I think, my whole recommendations of the series and the books that we have really enjoyed. And I would love for you to comment below some other books that we could add to our shelves as well. Thanks.